Equations of motion under structural analysis 1. Welcome to yet another introductory class on structural analysis. All right, so in this class we'll be looking at equations of motion, their examples, and some points to note under equations of motion and how to apply them in solving questions under structural analysis. Now, in our previous classes, in our previous lessons, we looked at statically determinate structures and we look at statically indeterminate structures. We say statically determinate structures are structures that the reactions is equals to what? Is equals to 3 plus what? 3 plus EC. All right. In our for statically determinate structures, we looked at structures where the reactions is greater than what? Is greater than 3. So if we have a beam, for instance, and the number of reactions is equal to 3, we call it a statically determinate structure. If we have a beam or a frame or a structure, let's use the word structure. If we have a structure where the number of reactions is greater than 3, we call it statically indeterminate structure. Now, if we have a beam that the reactions is less than 3, we call it a statically unstable structure, right? Now, in cases whereby we have a connection within that beam, how then do we classify that beam? This is where equations of condition comes in. An equation of condition is an equation that expresses a necessary requirement that must be what? Satisfied for a structure to be in equilibrium or to be compatible. Now, an equation of condition is used to ensure that the structure does not deform in any possible way. All right, that's the first point you have to note. Number two, an equation of condition is used to ensure that displacements are compatible. And lastly, an equation of condition is used to ensure that redundant forces are what? Can be solved always. All right, so I will give you the definition of equation of condition on the board even as we continue. Equation of condition, like I said, can be defined as an equation that what? Expresses a necessary requirement that must be what? Satisfied for a structure to be in equilibrium. That must be satisfied for a structure to be in equilibrium or compatible. Now, an equation of, when I give you the examples of equation of condition, when we look at the grammatical example, we'll be able to understand better. Well, now I'm going to give you some key points regarding equation of condition. Now, an equation of condition is used to ensure three things. All right, there are three major reasons why we use an equation of condition. One of them is so that the structure does not deform in any possible way. All right, so key things to note. Is used so that the structure does not deform in any possible way. So we have number 2 here. Number 2, an equation of condition is used so that what? To ensure that displacements are compatible. So to ensure that what? Redundant forces can be solved. Big three reasons why we use equations of condition. We are going to be going into the examples of what? Of equations of condition. All right, so let's look at the examples. All right, so I'm going to be drawing the diagrammatical examples right now for you to see. All right, these are the examples of we are going to use these diagrams to look at what an equation of condition is. Now you can see from this diagram we have a structure here. This structure is hinged at this point. All right, there's an internal hinge here and here. Of course, this is the main structure. This is his free body diagram. All right, so this structure is hinged at this point. So the hinge at this point automatically makes this structure to be internally unstable. All right, so this structure now has a single what? It has a single equation of of condition, because you cannot use the equations of equilibrium alone to find the all the reactions for this particular structure. That brings us what back to the definition of equation of condition, which can be defined as the equation that expresses a necessary requirement that must be satisfied for a structure to be in equilibrium. So there is a necessary requirement that must be satisfied for this structure to be in equilibrium, and that necessary requirement is referred to as what? The equation of condition. Now the equation of condition that is going to be used for this particular structure will either be the summation of moment about point B of AB equals to 0, or the summation of moment about point B of BC equal to 0. Because if we are to solve this particular question, we will need to what? Split the structures into two parts. All right. So if you split the structure into two parts, you are going to take moment about point B of either BC, or point B of either what? Of either BA or BC, either of them, because you can see from here our reactions is equals to what? Is equals to 4, and we just have what? 3 equations of what? Equilibrium. So take note of that. So we have this is a hint support, this is a hint support, and to produce nothing but 4 reactions. All right. So this is an example of a structure with what? An internal ruler. Now when you have a structure with an internal ruler, you automatically have, yes, it is internally unstable, that is one, and you automatically have a what? 2 equations of condition. Here we have R to be equal to what? To be equal to 5. All right. For us not to have anything to do with equation of condition, R must be equal to 3. All right. So when R is equal to 4, what do? We apply one equation of condition. This is a roller support. Now R is equal to 5, so we need 2 equations of condition. So we either use summation of f of x of AB, all right, equals to 0, or summation of f of x of BC equals to 0. That is for one. And secondly, we either use summation of moment of AB equals to 0, or summation of moment about point B. You have to take note, summation of moment about point B of what? AB, or summation of moment about point B of what? Of BC. This is C of BC equals to 0. So take note of all of this as we begin to solve reactions, and as we begin to resolve forces, you will see the application of all of this. All right. So if there are one equation of condition for each internal hinge, all right, and 2 equations of condition for what? For one internal ruler, all right, for an internally unstable structure which is supported by what? A number of external reactions, then we are going to be noting some 3 points. All right, these 3 points are similar to the ones we considered when we are looking at geometrically unstable structures. All right, so these 3 points: number one, we have R is less than what? 3 plus EC. EC is known as equation of condition. E sub to C, that's the denotation of equation of condition. So take note. All right. So the first condition is what? R less than 3 plus EC. That is R less than 3 plus equation of condition. The second condition is R equal to 3 plus EC. And the last condition is what? R greater than 3 plus EC. So now when we have R less than 3 plus EC, what does it mean? When we have R equals to 3 plus EC, what does it mean? And when we have R greater than 3 plus EC, what does it mean? We are going to be explaining that next. So we have number one, we have R less than what? 3 plus EC. Now when we have R less than E plus EC, it means that the structure is statically unstable externally. All right. When you have a structure that does not have up to what? Up to 3 reactions, it is statically unstable externally. All right. So the structure R is less than 3 plus EC, the structure is statically unstable externally. All right. So number two, when we have R equals to 3 plus EC, what happens to the structure? The structure is statically determinate externally. All right. Now for the last one, when I'm just going to write the last one here. So when R is greater than R is greater than 3 plus EC, what do we have? The structure will be statically indeterminate externally.
So it means all the conditions is not equal to an external structure.
So it's greater than 3 plus EC. The structure is statically determinate externally. All right. We are R is nothing but reactions, and these reactions are from the support. So whatever conditions you have, it has to be what? Labeled externally. All right. Now, for an externally indeterminate structure, the degree of external indeterminacy is expressed as follows. For an external structure, the degree of external indeterminacy is expressed as follows. We have I subscript E, which is equal to R minus the bracket of 3 plus EC. Now, this is nothing but what? Everything we have on equation of motion. All right. So, we are going to be going next into what? Into calculations, though we are going gradually. First, we'll be checking for static determinacy of structures before we advance. Now, if you need any of our materials from the previous introductory class on structural analysis, even up to our subsequent um, classes that we are going to be holding, you can reach out to us. The link to all our social media platforms are on YouTube. Reach out to us and make a request for any of them. If you're also in need of private tutoring, you need assistance with assignments, research, and all of that, feel free to reach out to us, as we will be glad to help you. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.